Right. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Right. I think now okay to start the class. Little bit late because of some technical error. Right. Okay. However, we are going to start the class now. Right. Here the lesson is, I think, only 12, 11 students there. I think it's the number. Here the today's lesson course is educational technology. Educational technology. Right. In this case, you are going to learn about how using various types of technology in your teaching and learning. Right. That first, I assume that all of you are working as a teachers or uh, expecting teaching appointments. Right. Therefore, all of you are in the field of education. Here in this course, you will learn about how technology and related things used in the education, the field of education, especially uh, teaching and learning. Right. Here I'm the way of doing the lectures that normally I'm using the presentation. These presentation slides will be delivered after the session that and also I'm using a lesson note. This lesson note also you will get after the lesson. Right. Uh, Regarding the presentation, actually the presentation is interactive. That means you can involve with the presentation. Right. Normally I'm doing micro learning. I'm using the concept of micro learning. That means I'm going not going to give in all the concept, right? Whole concept at once to you. Instead, I'm break down the concept in small parts. Then I'm using some slides to explain the small parts. It's 1 or 2 minutes. Then doing activity. After doing this activity, again, come back to the presentation and doing the next slide. This activity actually interactive. You can answer these activities from your devices. Once you answered from your devices, then I can get your responses. I can see your responses, and based on that responses, I can discuss like that. That's one of the feature in interactive education technology. Actually, you will learn this course how to do this type of presentations also. Right, here I'm going to start the presentation. Actually, the lesson note from next week I will try to give in you before the start in the class. However, due to some technical errors, today's lesson, I will not able to give in this lesson, not before the session. Only the presentation is available. Already mentioned it's interactive. Normally for the interactive sessions, you will you will join with a link. Therefore, first I'm going to give in a link to you through this chat box in the Zoom. Then you can click on the link. Right, wait until I am giving the link. Right, now open your chat box in the Zoom. Then there is a link there. Click on the link. Just click on the link. Nothing to do anything. Sometimes in your screen, they're asking, there is a button called button name skip. Then skip the button. Once you skip the button, then you will join with the presentation. Right, first I need to start the start the presentation. Until that, you will get the first screen. First, try to join the presentation. First, try to click on the link. Right, I'm giving 1 minute to join the session. Only two students, three now. Then 1 minute time trying to join with the presentation. There are 15 students in the Zoom meeting. Right now, seven of you are joined with the presentation. If you are having any problem, then you can tell me. Normally, easily you can join with this platform. Uh, you must have a Gmail account. I assume that all of you are having that Gmail. Uh, Only the requirement is having a Gmail account. Right. Right now, eight of you are joined with the session. Then I'm going to start it because time is passing. Therefore, I'm going to start the session. While I am doing the session, you can join the presentation also. Right, try with join the presentation. It is important to join with the presentation because all the activities you can do if you join the presentation only. Right, that before starting some information that someone can tell me, all of you are in English teachers or various subjects, the teachers in various fields, or can someone tell me your background, little bit to your background? All of you are in the teaching English or various subjects.
Various subjects, sir.
All right. Uh, Here, that means here you are teaching various subject. This course you are doing in English medium, right? Okay, that's also neat. Right now, I'm going to start the session. Here, the topic educational technology. Right, I divided the session in week by week. Here, the first week, actually, we are not waiting 1 week to do the next session. Next session will be held in the day after tomorrow. However, I'm divided this session week by week. Here, the first week, here in this session, we are going to identify what is educational technology. What are the important things behind this educational technology? Like that introduction, the introduction part here, I'm doing today, the introduction part, educational technology. Like that, another thing, as a teachers, right here, before starting the next slide, I need to focus on the purpose. As a teacher, your main purpose, right? Your main purpose should be increasing the skills, especially higher order thinking skills of your students. Right? The skills, there are two types of skills, that lower order thinking skills and higher order thinking skills. Especially the remember, as a teacher, your task is to improve the higher order thinking skills. Here, that's the main task, right? Higher order thinking skills mean analysis, decision making, critical thinking, creativity, that type of thing. Whatever the activities, whatever the activities you are doing in the classroom, that should be support to improve these higher order thinking skills. Right? Therefore, the same concept, same theory apply for the technology also. If you are using technology in the classroom, right, PowerPoint or smart board, any thing, right? That currently very popular artificial intelligence, AI technology. Whatever the technology you are expecting to do in your teaching and learning process, it should be support to improve your students' higher order thinking skills, right? It is a responsible of the teacher. Teacher should prepare the material that support to improve the higher order thinking skills based on technology or traditional methods. Right. Remember that point. Therefore, always we are focusing to that part, right? Whatever the tool I am introducing, using that tool, you will be able to build up the material, teaching and learning digital material that support to improve such kind of skills. Right. Now, moving to the next slide. Right here, giving some evolution actually, evolution of teaching, right? That mean that the teaching is a very a long way that 50 or that mean the earlier century they are using uh, chalkboards, especially uh, pen and those kind of tools. From that point, chalkboard to digital platform, right? Now we are using digital platforms. Right? Now we are in the 21st century. Therefore, the technology is vastly developed. Because of that, many digital equipment devices available with teaching and learning. Right? Therefore, we should want to know that we should familiar with these digital devices, how you can use these digital devices in your teaching and learning. It is very different. It is different from using like that earlier devices like chalkboard and such kind of devices. Right. That later slide that we will discuss again this evaluation part. Right now, we'll move to the next slide. Next slide is an activity. Right. Whatever the content in the first slide. When I'm discussing actually in your part should be either taking short note or a screenshot. Right, better to get in some short note because this the content of this slide you will need to do the next activity. Right, that again I am back to the first slide. Now read it here. Education continuously evolves as a societies develop new tools. From simple chalkboard to advanced digital platform, technology help teachers to present information effectively. In the 21st century, digital information transformed classroom into dynamic learning environment. Right? Dynamic learning environment. Right? Normally, until that, we are having a static environment. Static environment. From that point, we need to move to dynamic learning environment using various kind of technologies that currently multimedia and AI technology is very popular. Right, based on this information, then try to do this activity. Here the question is available. Answer options available with you. Right, these all the answers options available with you. You can select the correct answer. Right, if you are using laptop, then you can use your mouse to click the correct answer. If you are using a smartphone, then touch it the correct answer. Right, it's a short question, MCQ type. 30 seconds is enough to give in the answers. Right now, 11 of you are joined with the presentation. Two of you are giving the answers. Still, you are giving the answers. Still thinking, I think. Right here, the first interactive activity you are doing with me. Once you give in the answers, then I can finally, at last, I can discuss based on the answers you are giving, right? I can say how many of you are giving the correct answers, how many of you are giving the wrong answers. In that way, I can identify it. Right, seven of you are giving the answers because of time passing. I am going to stop this activity. Then we can discuss how your response. Right. Then look at the answers here. Yes, five of you are giving the answer as B. The transition from simple chalkboard to digital platform, multimedia, and AI. Right, that's the correct answer actually. Uh, yes, that's the correct answer. Some of you mark the different answers. One student saying the replacement of teachers is automated AI system. Right, that's not the answer for this question. The development of new physical classroom, furniture and layout. Right, that's completely out that answer. However, one student mark correct answer as a correct answer. You can change it. The correct answer should be the B, the transition from simple chalkboard to digital platform, multimedia, and AI. Right. Right, then move to the next slide. That's the way I'm doing that earlier. I mentioned it. First discuss the concept through the slide. Then after that, try to do one activity, interactive activity, right? Not for all the slide, but most often I am trying to do this type of activities. Right, then next slide. Here, going to identify what is educational, edtech. In short, educational technology. Right, that educational technology actually the general meaning is use of technology in the education or teaching and learning. Right, using various concept, various tools, technological tools, media, like that. Right, educational technology is the systematic use of technology tools, media, and methods to improve teaching and learning. Right? Here, there are 3 points that they point out three main things: systematic design, right? Then process management and performance evaluation. Right? All of these things are included in the educational technology. Especially remember the education technology is a systematic design or systematic process. Right? Process management there. It involves with technological tools, media, right? Especially technological tools and media, then methods, right? Methods to improve teaching and learning that support these technological tools and media support to improve your teaching and learning. Right? That is educational technology. Right? That throughout this course, we are learning what are the technology tools available that support to education technology or your teaching and learning process. Then what are the media available to support to develop your teaching and learning. That type of things we are discussing throughout the course here. The first, try to understand what is educational technology. The technology, the use of technology in the education or teaching and learning. Then what are the technologies that categorize under technological tools and media? Right. Again, the education technology is a process of systematic design, process management, and performance evaluation. Right, move to next slide. Then again, another question, similar to the previous one. According to the slide, I think that earlier I mentioned, you got the short note or screenshot. Right? I assume that all of you are getting short notes or screenshot here because this information is need to do these activities. Right, I move into activity now. According to the slide, which of the following is not listed as one of the primary systematic components used to improve teaching and learning through educational technology? Try to answer. Right, only four of you are giving the answers. Now five. They are asking what is the not listed one. There are three components listed: systematic design, process management, and performance evaluation. Right, the not listed one. Right, we'll check the answer now. Nine of you are giving the answers. Right. Here, the seven of you are giving the correct answer, hardware manufacturing. We are not discuss about or not in all this hardware. That as a teachers, as the person in the educational field, we are not bothered about how manufacturing the things we are using. That's the hardware. And we are not going to find out how the smart board is designed or manufactured. Right? Only we are going to focus on performance evaluation, systematic design, and the process management. Uh, Two of you are giving the incorrect answers, A and C, right? Performance evaluation and systematic design. These are the things we are focusing, performance evaluation and systematic design. But we are not focusing hardware manufacturing. That should be the correct answer. Right. Now move into next slide. Right. Here focus about the modern classroom tools. Right. We are now discussing about the technology base, right? Technology based modern classroom tools. Right. You must have these modern tools if you are supposed to use technology based classroom, then you must have these classroom tools. Right? Then LMS platform, multimedia, and AI support. Right? Most of the teachers currently use this LMS platform. Right? If they are using technology, they must use this LMS. LMS stand for Learning Management System. Through the Learning Management System, you can manage your learning and teaching. Right? There are two that later we'll discuss in detail. It's a separate topic, Learning Management platform. In short, the learning management system is a management system. What they are going to manage, teaching and learning. Right? The LMS having two parts. One part is teacher section or teacher part. The other part is the student part. The platform provides facilities to manage teacher tasks and student tasks. Therefore, we should want to clearly identify what are the teacher functions and what are the student functions. Right? Normally, you can identify that. Think about the normal traditional classroom. Right? Think about the traditional classroom. Then think about way of teaching. What are the resources they are using to teach? Right? The same function they are going to digitalize. Right? That normally, if you are using some paper-based things in the classroom, Then you can convert this paper-based thing into PowerPoint presentation. That's the digital thing. Like that, when you are creating or when you are using the LMS platform, then you need to identify your teacher functions and the student function. Right, that later we'll discuss in detail. Actually, another part here in the LMS that is called the administrators. Right, administrative part also there. But for the teaching and learning, only involve teachers and students. Administrators, what they are doing is giving facilities. Right, that's about the a little bit about the learning management platforms. Right, and the modern classroom tools. That second one is the multimedia. The multimedia is actually, we have to think about that earlier I mentioned, how you are going to translate or convert your normal teaching and learning into digital form. This multimedia will help you to convert your normal teaching and learning material into digital materials. Right, that under some examples you can find here also. Your voice you can digitalize by recording. Right? Then you can video. You can use your camera to make the video. Right? The video is the digital resource. Then PowerPoint presentation, posters, then quizzes, like that various things you can consider it or you can identify it as the multimedia content. Right, here given some examples: simulations, podcast, video. Right, in addition to that, there are many things we can learn. We will learn this multimedia content later. Until that, the multimedia we are using to convert your normal classroom teaching resource into digital form. Right, then currently very important and very popular, this AI support. Right? AI tools we are using to do various things in the teaching and learning. The tools like ChatGPT and Gemini is very popular among the teachers. What they are doing through this tool is actually planning and designing. The tools are very important to plan and design, right? Creating the lesson plan, right? You are normally teach based on the lesson plan, right? This lesson plan you can create by getting the support of ChatGPT or Gemini AI supporting tools. However, when we are using these tools, be very careful. Right? We are not going to create a whole lesson plan based on the ChatGPT or Gemini. Right? That earlier I mentioned at the beginning. Always we should want to focus on develop the skills, higher order thinking skills. Therefore, this ChatGPT and Gemini or any other AI tools we are going to use to improve the uh, higher order thinking skills of the students. For example, suppose you want to identify uh, the activities that support to improve the analysis skill for some lesson. Suppose you need to identify some activities to develop the analysis, so creativity skills, right? Then you have to think about, right, what are the activities. But if you are asking this question through the chat GPT, right, they are giving responses that various more than 50 or 60 responses you can get from chat GPT or Gemini. Right, again, that later we'll discuss. That's a separate topic, that AI literacy in the educational technology. Right, I think you have get a little idea about the main platforms or main tools in the educational technology. Right, then move to the next slide. Here actually having another type of activity, short answer time. There's a separate space available in your device. You can write down the answers. The first is the question. Here, the short answer. Only I am expecting short answer, 1 or 2 lines, not the long answers here. Right, whatever the things we discussed from the earlier slide, you can answer this question. Right, look at the first one. Based on the LMS platform section of the slide, what are the two primary administrative tasks that tools like Google Classroom and Moodle perform in the digital classroom? Right, that earlier I mentioned, there is another part, right? Except teacher and student, another party involved with the learning management system that is called the administrator. Their function is administration. Then think about the function, right? What type of function they are doing with the LMS as an administrator. Right? That, for example, suppose you are that maintaining the LMS in your school, then administrator may be your principal, right? Then what are the functions of him or her as a principal? Here, Google Classroom and Moodle mean that examples for the LMS, right? Don't fear about these names. That later I will introduce this Google Classroom and Moodle. These are the names of LMS. Right here, for the first question, you need to answer the functions of the administrator. Second question, according to the slide, how does the use of multimedia specifically impact the student's educational journey, such as interactive, simultaneous, and podcasts? Right, try to give in some answers. 5 minutes, I think 5 minutes enough for this giving answers. Right. From now, get in 5 minutes. Right. I think the time is okay. I am giving more than 5 minutes to complete this activity. However, only five of you are trying to give in the answers. Right. Please try to give in the answer for these activities. 13 of you joined with the presentation. In the Zoom meeting, they are having 20 students there. Only five of you are actively participating in the lesson. That's the meaning here, right? Sometimes this is you are doing the first time this type of things, therefore some issues having with you. However, from next time, I'm expecting active participation of you. Right? Therefore, all of you are having trying to give in the answers. Right. However, five of you are trying to give in the answers in this time. We'll discuss these answers by looking at your answers. Right that earlier, I forgot one thing. When you are write down the answer, please write down your name. First, write down the name, and then start write down the answers. Right. However, here first distributing material and managing assignment and lectures in digital classroom. One student trying to give in answers like that. Enhance students' learning experience, management assignment and resources. Actually, administrative task is allocating resources. One of the tasks doing by the administrator, allocating the relevant resource to teachers. Then time allocation is another function, right? Creating timetable and giving the time for each subjects. That type of activities doing administrative. Right? Managing assignments, distributing material required for the classroom. That's okay. Distributing material required for the classroom is okay. But managing assignment, actually the assignments are going to manage by the teacher. In the assignments mean try to check the students' level. Right? Once you're doing something in the classroom, then you need to know the students are understand or not that concept. Then that purpose you are doing some kind of assignment with your students. This assignment, that maintaining or managing assignment, is a teacher task, not the administrator. That principal not come in your classroom and assessing your students. Right? Therefore, managing assignment, remember that's the task by the teacher, not the administrator. But distribution material required for classroom is the administrative task. Right? Then the student try to give the answer for second question also. Use of multimedia enhance students' learning experience by increasing the memory, understanding, and student engagement. Yes, that's okay. This multimedia content actually support to engagement, improve the engagement of the student. How far they are going to doing the teacher assigned tasks. Through the multimedia content, you can improve this engagement. You can create very attractive things through the multimedia. Most attractive things means students are interesting. Another thing is interactive, like this type of activities, what I am doing with you. This also interesting fact. The student always like to get responses or feedback from the teacher. Right? In this activity also, based on your answers, I can show you answers to the whole classroom. Then we can discuss it based on your answers. That earlier activity, right? You are getting the direct feedback as a grade or uh, marks, right? That type of things actually interesting to the student. Their encouragement, right? Their encourage is improve doing the things in the classroom. That the engagement, right? You can improve your engagement, your students' engagement through the multimedia. Right? That's the answer should be. Right, in that way, you have to think also. That later I will expect more answers from you. Right now, I am going to stop this activity. Now, moving to the next slide. Right, the scientific application. Right, that education with the education technology. The science actually education technology. In the education technology, we are using scientific application. Right? We are not going to get the details of how create these type of things. That means that particular the science behind the particular technology. Right? We are not going to check up that type of things. Only we are using the application. Right? That hardware and software. We are using hardware and software. That little meaning of the hardware. Hardware mean all the touchable things. Right? Touchable things with the computer or technology. Software mean all the soft things. That mean you can't touch it, but you can use it. Right? You have feeling. You have feeling something there. That's the software. That's the simple meaning of hardware and software. Right? Then read out the content there. Include physical tools like projectors and tablet combined with digital content and online platforms. Right. Here, giving some examples for especially for the hardware, there are few examples that online platform in software. Right. All the other things, projectors, tablet, uh, these are examples for hardware. Right. In addition to that, that hardware, right, consider the computer, the smart board, you can categorize under hardware. The recording devices, speakers, microphone, light pen, scanners, right? These are the things that devices normally you can use in the education purpose. These are categorized under hardware. The software mean actually the program, right? The tools you are using to uh, in the classroom, your teaching and learning process, right? Then think about the class doing with you and me. Then what are the software and hardware components? Someone can tell me, open the microphone and tell me, think about the class doing with you and me. Then what are the hardware part? Give me some example for hardware and give me some example for software. Mm. Hardware, that first hardware, what are this hardware you are using? And you and me, then think about the hardware using me also as a teacher. Ne? In this case, I have to use the microphone, headphones. Right? These are the hardware. Then recording devices. If I want to record this online session, then I need to use some recording devices. Right? Then if I want to draw something on the screen, then I need to use uh, drawing pad. That's the hardware. In your case, as a student, what are the hardware you are using to join doing this online session? In your case, again,
Devices,
headphones, right? Headphones. Then what else? Speakers. Sometimes you are attach speakers to get the voice. Right?
devices,
That type of things. Sorry, light
devices,
pen. I'm not clear your answer. Right.
Laptop,
Okay. Laptop.
devices, devices.
Device. Right. That I'm not clear your voice
Yeah,
there. That
laptop,
lap laptop. Okay. Right. That's a whole
mobile
laptop.
phone.
Actually, it's a
Mm.
computer, mobile phone. Right? All of these
mouse,
are categorized hardware. Mouse. Right? In your case, you can use your using mouse. Right. Then software. What are the software? You can't touch it,
Google
but you
Chrome,
have feeling. Sorry.
Google Chrome, Google Chrome,
Google Chrome. Google Chrome. Yes. Right. Through the Google
and
Chrome, you are
Zoom,
opening
Zoom
Zoom.
application.
Zoom application, yes, it is correct. Both you and me
MS
using
Word.
Zoom application.
Teams,
MS Word.
Word document.
That I'm asking the software using in this session. We are not using Word, MS Team, or this type. These are okay, right? Correct for the software. But I'm asking the software using for this session. Zoom is okay.
Recording
We are using
applications.
Zoom. Sorry?
Recording applications.
Recording application, right, to record the session.
And the peer deck, the applications you're using to give us questions.
Yes,
Peer
that's
deck,
the
right?
main part, right? Main
Yeah.
things that the software using to deliver my lesson.
Yes.
The software using to deliver my lesson, right? That mainly I am using the Google Slides, not PowerPoint, right? I am using Google Slides and another application called Peer Deck, right? Integrate this Peer Deck and the Google Slides. I am creating the interactive slides. Right? That's the main application or main software I am using to deliver my lesson. Right. In that way, if we have some situation, then we have to be able to identify what are the hardware and what are the software. Right. Then under scientific application, then another term, instructional design. Instructional design involves systematic teaching strategies and methods that improve overall learning efficiency. Right? That what are the teaching strategies? Strategies you are using to improve the overall learning efficiency. How you are going to develop the learning efficiency under instructional design. Define how you are going to develop your students' overall learning efficiency. To do that, you have to use new type of teaching strategies, systematic teaching strategies, right? That is why this education technology is introduced. And into the education technology, you will learn various tools that help to improve your teaching. Once improved your teaching, that help to improve your students' efficiency. Right, that is instructional design. Here another statement, read out this one also. Educational technology is not limited to machine. It is about improving the quality of education. That's also important, right? Not limited to machine, that means hardware or software, right? You have to use this mixed hardware and software to improve the instructional design or quality of education. Right. That's the content of this slide. Now move to the next one, another activity. Right. Try to answer now. According to the slide, what is the fundamental purpose of educational technology? Answer. Right. Now the time is, I think, okay for giving the answer for this question. Right. 10 of you are giving the answers. Out of 13, 10 of you are giving the answers. We'll see the answers. Right here, all of you are giving the correct answer to improve the quality and efficiency of education through systematic strategies and tools. That's the main purpose of the educational technology, to improve the quality and efficiency, quality and uh, efficiency of education through systematic strategies and tools. Right. I think you have a clear idea about now what is educational technology. Right now, move to the next slide. Right here, the Koch equation. That's the equation for the educational technology. Still, we are trying to understand what is educational technology throughout the content today. Right? What we are trying to do is here and try to understand what is the educational technology. Another way of identifying the educational technology as an equation: technology plus teaching methods plus learning process. Right? All of these, the mix of all of these things in the education technology, the technology is there, teaching methods, right? There are teaching methods in this equation, and the student point of view, learning process, right? Learning process also, right? The technology, the physical and digital infrastructure that, and below that, define the each term, the technology. Right? The technology, the physical and digital infrastructure, hardware and software, right? All of these things under technology. Methods, strategies used by teachers. How this hardware and software they are using to deliver the lesson. Strategies. What are the strategies they are using to deliver the lesson using hardware and software? The process. How students acquire knowledge through your technology-based teaching, then you want to check out how students get in the knowledge, right? How they achieve the knowledge or concept because of your technology-based teaching. That's the process, right? That remember this point, very important. This equation, education technology is the mix-up of technology, teaching methods, and learning process. Here one definition. This one is a standard definition. Right? Up to this point, we are not discussed any standard definition. There are various papers around the world. They are giving definition for this term, educational technology. Right here, I'm extract one definition to you. This definition is given by Association of Educational and Communication Technology, AECT. Then look at the definition. Educational technology is the study and ethical practice of facilitating learning and improving performance by creating, using, and managing appropriate technological process and resources. Right? Everything we discussed up to now include having in the inside this definition, except one, ethical practice. Right? That's also very important. If you are using technology for your teaching and learning, one of the big or important thing, you have to follow the ethical practice, ethical things, right? Also known as digital ethics, digital ethics. Right? How you are doing your activities, you are learning and teaching activities with the technology, how you are doing these things by following the ethical practice. Respecting with each others. If you are in the digital space, actually that earlier, remember, I am asking you to put your name when you are doing the activities. From that point, from next activity, please put your name. You are put your name mean it's an ethical practice. Right? You are reveal your identity and try to use the resource in digital space. Both of you and me in the digital space now. We have to respect with each other by talking and behaving. Right? Therefore, giving name means respecting. That's the example for respecting each other. Those who are reluctant, that some people are very fear or reluctant to giving their entity, their identity to the digital space. Why? Those are the people that later they are trying to do some fake things in the digital space. Right? Therefore, it is very important. Right? You have the person to give in your identity when you are doing in the digital space. Right? Not only in here, the digital space means not only in this online class. Right? When you are in the social media. Right? That's also again digital space. Right? Especially this ethical you want to practice in the social media. Right. Here the important part that all the other things in this definition already we discussed. Right. Moving to next one. Right. Another activity. Right. Try to do this activity. Right. I think the time is enough for doing this activity. Only 8 of you are giving the answers. According to the core equation of the education and technology, which of the following elements are essential component of formula? Right. Before discussing the question, actually, here that earlier I discussed about the ethical practice, digital ethics. You need to follow digital ethics when we are in the digital space. Right? Both you and me now in the digital space. Right. While I am teaching to you that someone is trying to draw something on the screen, that means that person break the digital ethics. Right? They are going to that person going to disturb for others. Right? That kind of things uh, is categorized under break down the digital ethics. Right? Therefore, don't do these unnecessary things actually while teaching. If you want to do something, then I am giving the chance. If you that there are some situations where I'm using the tools, then you need to draw on the screen. Right. Actually, remember these points also. Sometimes in your case, some little one come into your screen and doing these things. But in this case, you can advise your little ones, don't do this type of things. It's not for good things, and you have to follow the digital ethics like that. Giving some advice to them. Right? That's the actually altogether said as digital citizenship. If you want to become good digital citizenship, then you must follow the digital ethics. Right. Then remove these lines. That's some green color lines there. Then I'm giving time to remove these lines. That person who drawing the lines, please remove. Still not removing. Why? Then I think person who draw in the screen that he or she don't know how to remove. Right? That's the reason. Right. In here, this Zoom version also not available, that option. Right. Right. Try to remove this line, the person who put this one here. Right. Here, the first time I am giving a chance to do this kind of things here. If you are doing these things repeatedly, then I am stop the session, right? Right. In my case, no need to doing the classes like that. Right. I don't like the things like that here. If you are doing the things like me, you are break down the digital ethics. Right? Then you have to follow the rules. Right. Here, this is the first and last advice. Then if you are trying to do these things repeatedly, then I will stop the session. Right. Okay. Now moving to our presentation. Right. Now try to answer this question. I think this one is completed, no? Right. Right. No, not still completed. 8 of you are giving the answers. Right. Discuss it. Yes. There are 3 possible answers: A, C, and D. Learning process, 6 of your answers, 6 A. Then 8 of your C. Then 6 again. Another 6 is teaching methods. In this question, have 3 answer options: A, C, and D. Right. Social media marketing, that's not the things we are focusing in the educational technology. Right. Right. Now moving to the next slide. Another activity. Now try to do this one based on the definition of EdTech and its evaluation. Which of the following statement accurately describe how it improve teaching and learning? Select all that apply. Right. That means more than one answers again. Right. Try to do this activity. Right, 5 of you are giving the answers. Only 30 seconds is enough for answers this type of question, or these are the MCQ type. Right, therefore no need to get long time to answer. Right, then look at the answers here. They're asking based on the definition of EdTech and its evaluation, which of the following statement accurately describe how it improves teaching and learning? Right, here A, B, and D. Yeah, it is the correct answers option. It uses systematic design, process management, and performance evaluation. That earlier we discussed that part. Then B, it transforms a classroom into dynamic learning environment through multimedia and AI. That's also a point we discussed earlier slide. Then D, it involves the ethical practice of facilitating learning by creating and managing appropriate resources. Right. That point is coming from the definition. That directly from the definition. Ethical practice. Right. That also part of educational technology. Therefore, A, B, and D is the answer. C is not the correct option. It is strictly limited to the use of physical machine and hardware. Right? In the education technology, they are not going to restrict or limit the use of physical machines or hardware. Under education technology, always they are promote to use the machines, physical machines and the hardware technology related. Right. Okay, moving to the next one, next slide. Now we are going to discuss about the nature of educational technology. Right, then look at the nature. Under that, a structured approach. That first nature we are going to point out, it says the structured approach. The structured approach means it is systematic process that earlier also mentioned it. Then scientific principles, they are having scientific principles and continuous evaluation. Combine or integrate with these three, we can say structured approach. Systematic process. Then look at the meaning, the structured and organized lesson involving planning, media, selection, and evaluation. Systematic process, right? That contain the planning of your lesson or assessment. Then media selection. What type of media you are going to use to convert your normal resources into digital. Media selection. Then evaluation, right? How you are going to assess your students, right? All of these are under systematic process. Then scientific principle based on the research in psychology, communication theory, and learning science. Right? Then communication theory and learning science are very important if you are using education technology in the classroom. Right? There are various type of communication methods they are using. Right? Then think about the communication method, how you are going to deliver your visuals to your students. What are the communication methods you are using there? Right? That described in the psychology, the communication, the method are the important point to remember the things, concept or things to the students. And learning science also another fact. Right, then continuous evaluation, tracking performance through digital assessment and learning analytics. Right, one of the advantage activity is continuous evaluation. Right, using the digital tools, the continuous evaluation is possible. Right, it is easy also. Right, learning analytics and digital assessment. Right, here the combine of systematic process, scientific principles, and continuous evaluation called as the structured approach. That's the first nature we are discussing. Right, then another point, focusing on students. Right? That because of this introduction of digital or educational technology, always this under educational technology, they are saying focus to students, right? Not the teacher. Right? Whatever the activities or whatever the things you are doing in the classroom, right? Based on the students, that first priority given to the students, right? Also known as student-centered. Always try to create the student-centered environment in the classroom. Then you can get the support of technology to create the student centered in the classroom. Right? It helps to bridge the gap between instructions and the comprehensions. Technology is the bridge between instructions and comprehensions. Right. Then you want to again look at the active participation. You need to get the active participation of your students. But I am trying to do it with you. Right? I am always asking you to give in the answers. Active participation. Because of these technological things, it is easy to actively participate with the lesson, not like traditional classroom. Right. The second point is the focusing on the students. Right. Then activity, fill in the blank time. I think you are remember the things we discussed on the nature. 2 points we pointed out: structured approach. Under structured approach, you want to get the meaning. You want to focus on systematic process, scientific principles, and continuous evaluation. Then second point is under nature, focusing on the students. Right, student-centered environment. Always we want to develop the student-centered environment. When you are developing the student-centered environment, then you can get the support of technology. Right. Based on these two slides, then try to answer, try to find the answer for these 5 questions. Actually, the blank filling questions there. Then try to get the answer. Right, 5 minutes is enough for this activity. Actually, no need to get the 5 minutes. Even 3 minutes is enough. However, I'm giving the allocate 5 minutes for that, right? Try to get. Right, I think time is okay for answer these questions. 9 of you are trying to give in the answers. Right, then look at the answers. Modern educational technology shift the instructional focus away from traditional teacher-centered methods and towards, right, we'll see some answers here. No one follow the ethics. Actually, I am asking you to put the name here. Giving one name, Helika. Right, then look at the answer. Student-centered is okay, acceptable, or active participation. Right, active participation. Second question, the structured approach relies on Black derived from research in psychology, communication theory, and learning sciences, right? That earlier we discussed under nature, the first one. I think move to that slide. Structured approach. Here, look at the scientific principle based on the research in psychology, communication theory, and learning sciences, right? The answer you can get from that statement. Structured approach relies on scientific principles. Scientific principles. Right? The answer from Helika, you are only giving the principles, right? It should be scientific principle. Right. Third question. This evaluation is correct. That's the answer. To ensure lessons are effective, the systematic process involves 3 key stages: planning, media section, and evaluation. Right. Then question number 4, performance is tracked through digital assessment and learning analytics as a part of process known as what? What's the process? That's also clear. Right. Earlier we discussed. Then the answers not bridge learning analytics, right? Your answer is learning analytics, not learning analytics. Right here, it should be continuous evaluation. Right? Continuous evaluation. Fifth one is okay, bridge, right? That's correct. According to the student-focused slide, technology acts as the bridge between instructions and comprehension. Right? That earlier slide clearly mentioned it and focusing on the student. Then look at the statement in this green color background statement. Technology is the bridge between instructions and comprehension. Right? From that point, you can get the answer for question number 5. Bridge. It should be bridge. Right? Only one student. Then look at who is the giving the answer for others. Here, one answer, Shakira, active participant, scientific principle, so evaluation, continuous evaluation, bridge, right? That's correct. Right. Only I'm focusing from that point onward, only I'm focusing the answer script, those who are giving the names, with the names, right? Therefore, follow this practice, digital ethics. First, before starting, write down the answers. First, write down your name. Right. Okay. Then move to the next slide. Essential hardware. When you are still, we are discussing about the educational technology. Right. Up to now, we discussed various things: software, hardware, instructional design, scientific principle. That kind of things we discussed. That we got some meaning of these terms. Right. Here another term, essential hardware. Right? If you are using your technology in the classroom, then what are the hardware, essential hardware? That earlier we got the meaning of the what is hardware, all the touchable or all the things you can touch, we can consider as hardware. Right? In your classroom teaching, then what are the hardware normally you use? That computers and laptop. digital projectors. Digital projector is one of the popular hardware device. Normally, it's popular as multimedia projector. Right? You can use multimedia projector to enlarge your computer screen. Right? Because of this enlarge your computer screen, all student in the classroom can see your screen. Then tablets and whiteboard, also another hardware, but should come under this essential hardware. Currently very popular, the smart board. Right? Smart board also another hardware you can categorize under essential part. Right. Then look at the next slide. Essential educational software. Right. Again, this educational software you can identify it in three categories, under three categories: presentation software, remote classes, and gamification. Right? These are the main areas you are doing in the classroom. You are doing presentation. Right? If you want to create your presentation as digital, then you can create one of the application below mentioned there. Microsoft PowerPoint, Keynote or visual storytelling. Right here, only few presentation tools available. But if you consider internet and other things, then you can find very large number of presentation tools like Google Slides, then Microsoft presentations, then Prezi, like that internet-based presentation slides, the number of internet-based presentation slides there. Prezi is one of the internet-based one. Then presentation, then remote classes, right? If you want to conduct online or remote classes, then you can use Zoom. Zoom is one of the tool using you and me to do this online class. Then Google Meet is another popular online class method, right? These are under remote classes. Then gamification, another popular area. Normally, if you want to get your student focus, or if you want to encourage your students with your lesson, then you can do some gamification in the classroom, play based. Right? There are some tools in the internet like Kahoot or Quizy.com. Using this Kahoot or Quizy.com, you can create game-based activities. You can play these game-based activities in the classroom. Right? By playing game-based activities in the classroom, mean their focus on your lesson is improved. Right? That kind of advantages is there. Therefore, the gamification is another important area. If you want to create this gamification or games, then you can use Kahoot, Quizy.com like tools in the internet. Later in this course also, I am focusing Kahoot especially. I am expect to do some Kahoot activities, and also I am giving instruction how to create Kahoot activities for your purpose. Right, then next slide. Scope of EdTech. Here under scope, there are four points you want to consider: classroom teaching, distance education, curriculum, and assessment. Right? Under these four areas, having this educational technology, that's the scope. Scope we discuss in the educational technology. Under classroom teaching, using digital tools to make lesson engaging and effective. Right? There are lots of various types of technology you can use to make your lesson engaging and effective. Right? That earlier mentioned ChatGPT, AI-based tools. Right? You can use these AI-based tools to identify activities that help to improve the higher order thinking skills. Not only identify the activities, the teaching methods, the suitable teaching based on the levels of your students. Then you have to change the teaching methods. Then what is the teaching methods you are using to that student? How you can determine it? Right? Then you can get the help of AI-based tools. Then assessment methods, right, to decide what type of assessment you want to do with your students. Then again, you can get the support of AI. Right? Like that, when you are doing classroom teaching, then you can get the support of digital technology. Right, then distance education, another part in the education technology. It is also in the scope, under scope we can discuss. Online platform reaching student beyond the traditional walls, like the classes conduct you and me, distance education, right? Online platform, they are using online platform to conduct the online classes, right? There are advantages and disadvantages there. The later we'll discuss these features and advantages and benefits of doing online classes, right? But in the scope, you can discuss distance education also another part. Then curriculum, designing digital and interactive learning materials. Again, the technology support you to design digital and interactive learning material, right? That interactive learning material, like the presentation slide, I am focusing to you. You are write down the answers. The same time, I can read your answers. That's the interactive. Right? That's one example. Not only these type of slides, there are so many other types of interactive things also available. There are some internet-based tools also there. Right? Under curriculum, you have to identify and design this type of interactive lessons and activities to your lesson. Right, then assessment is another part, automated grading and instant feedback for students. That's the important, giving instant feedback. But consider the traditional classroom, then think about how long you are taking to giving the feedback once you do an activity, right? In your traditional classroom, once you do an activity, then how long the time you taken to giving the feedback? It may be 2 days, 3 days, so week, sometimes 2 weeks. But if you are using the educational technology and some tools, grading tools, in that case, immediately you can give in the feedback. Immediately after they are completing the assessment, you can give in the feedback. Right, that one example I will do at the end of this session. Another activity, I'm focusing you, I'm giving the link to you, then you can click on it. There are some questions in the activity. Within 8 minute time, you have to give in the answers. There is a submit button at the end. Once you submit it, immediately after submit, you can get your result, right? Your marks, uh, the marks you take in for each component. Then what are the correct and wrong? If you are wrong, what are the correct marks, the correct answers, right? That's the immediate feedback. Immediately after you submit your assessment, the same time you can get your result also, right? Then next slide, interactive classroom. Always you want to focus that we are discuss the meaning of this interactive several times in this session. You want to make interactive classroom using the technology. That's the main one of the main target, right? You want to convert your traditional classroom into interactive. To do that, you want to use get the support of technology, right? Then reaching far and wide, another feature because of this technology interaction. Distance learning is popular. That means no need to come in your students to the required place. There are many materials, resources available in the internet. They can learn themselves. Right? Individually, they can learn it. There are lots of materials like Khan Academy, one of the popular website. Right? If you access to Khan Academy, there are many resources from various subjects. Right? That look at the statement, their platform like Khan Academy provide high quality free content. That's the important, right? Khan Academy is completely free to learners worldwide, democrating access to knowledge. Right? Then another important factor when you are using the internet things, that most of time you want to pay it and get the facilities. But there are some lots of material in the internet you can even get free. Right? Whatever the tool I am introducing you to, right? You can get free, not by paying. Right? Here that I am using one to do this interactive presentation. Google Slide is free. Right? That what I earlier mentioned, the peer deck. You want to integrate peer deck and Google Slide to make interactive presentation. The peer deck also free. The part is free. Right? Then whatever the things I am introducing throughout this course, that next and future classes, then you can get it free, right? Right, then look at the activity. This is the activity once I mentioned earlier. Click on the link here from the slide. You can click it. Right, try to click it now. I am also clicking here in yourself. Click the link. Once you click the link, then you will find the page like that. In this page, they are asking you to enter first name and last name. You must give in the first name and last name. Another option, they are asking you to enter email address. It is not option, it is optional. Right? If you are having the email, or if you like, you can put it. Otherwise, no need to put the email address. Right? First, put a name. First name and last name is must. Then click register button. Right. Once you click register button, then you will appear your questions. All the questions here mention whatever the things we discussed up to now. Question number is, I think, change in here. Question number 1. Don't bother about these question numbers. Then time limit is available only 8 minutes, right? Immediately after you click the register button, it will start count the time, right? Then right top corner, the counting box is available. Time remaining now 7:23. Like that, it come down. Right now you can start it. Only 8 minutes. After 8 minutes, we can meet again. Right now start it. Then any question you can ask, or you can send the message. Right. I think now the time is enough for this activity. If you are click the link the same time I was click the link, then the time is finished. Right, the 8 minutes is finished now. Right, I assume that all of you click the link in that time. Now moving to the result. The same time, if you are click the submit button, the same time immediately after you click the submit, then you can get your result. Right? You can review it. There's a review button there. Once you click on the review button, then it will open the answer script. Then you can see what are the correct answers you gave, then wrong answers. If it is wrong, then what's the correct? Right? Therefore, you can review yourself. At the same time, as a teacher, the teacher point of view, the teacher can get the result of the whole students in the classroom. Then look at how many of you are submit at here 12, total respondent 12. That here giving the summary of uh, the respondent. At here the name, the only 11, that my name also there in the top, but I am not answered, therefore no grade or no pass fail there. Right, then another 11 students submit the quiz. Type the name and last name there, email addresses also there. Then very importantly, score and grade. Right, there are few grades: good, very good, and excellent. Some of you are in the excellent grade. 3 of you are. Then few of you are in the very good. Then good. Right, that means I can understand the level that immediately after you giving the assessment, submit the assessment, then the teacher pointer, the teacher can understand who are the good students, who are the weak students, then who are the slow learners, right? In that type of measures can immediately identify by the students. Right? Based on that identification, the teacher can prepare for the next lesson. That's the advantage for the teacher. Right, then in the teacher point of, the teacher can get the answer script of the each students also. That for example, suppose in this here, the randomly I'm getting one of the paper answer script and click view here, the Fatima Sharda. The basic information can find at the top, the score also available, grade also there. Then also available what are the question she did correctly and what are the incorrect. Right? By looking at this answer script, then I can identify the level of that student. Right. That way, as a teacher, can get more benefit through that type of tools. That's the grading tool, that internet-based grading tool. Right. Okay, here I'm not going to look at all the answer script here. In yourself, you can get you can do that review. Therefore, no need to discuss the answers also. Right, moving to the slides now again. Now we are reached to the end of the lesson. Earlier we are missing 20 minutes. Now I am taking that 20 minutes here only for today. From next time, I'm stopping exactly at 9:30. Right. Here the place where we stop for the quiz activity. Here having another few slides to discuss. That quickly go through these slides also. Then efficiency in systems. Here some type of comparison there. System area administration. If they are using as administrator some system, then here indicate what are the technology they are used. The student record systems, key benefit, organize database and records. As assessment, another system area, Google Forms or quizzes. As assessment tool, you can use, you can create the quizzes like that earlier we did with you. Google Forms also you can use it. The quizzes normally you are using to create the game-based quiz. Key benefit, instant grading and feedback. Right now, I think you get the experience of that. Then communication, the communication purpose. Then what are the technology available? Email and LMS messaging. Key benefit, faster teacher-student contact. Then management, digital curricula. Easily update learning content. Right, that's the key benefit of management. They are using the technology, digital curriculum. Right. That's the efficiency in systems. Right. Here that earlier I mentioned one of the slide through this presentation. Again, I am discussed the evaluation of educational technology. Evaluation of education technology. Here there are 4 steps: traditional, audiovisual, computer-based, internet era. Right? Actually, now we are in the AI era. After the internet, AI era. In next slide, that's available. That one, traditional, audio-visual, computer, internet, and modern or AI area. Right? In the traditional foundation of teaching, then audio-visual sensory learning enhancement, computer, personalized interactive drill, internet, global knowledge access, and modern or AI adaptive intelligence. Right? Here is the stages of development. Under this development, you can understand the evaluation of teaching method. Right. For this topic, I will send you learning material. Then you can go through this learning material and try to get more about the evaluation of teaching. Right, then look at the visual understanding, another feature, more focus on visual things. When you are doing the digital or educational technology, more things, more materials in the form of visuals, right? Presentation, interactive presentations, drag and drop activities. Most of these things are you are find or your students are finding in the way of visual. Therefore, the visual understanding is very important. Right? Look at the read out the statements paragraph. Technology makes science and complex subject interesting through animation and 3D simulation. Right? You can deliver this visual in the form of animation and 3D simulation. What the advantage? What is the advantage of delivering these things in the form of animation and 3D simulation is in the student point of view, they can understand topics very easily. Right? Complex topics you can give in to your students in easy way using the 3D simulation animations. Right. Then visual contents help student to bridge the gap between abstract theory and real world application. Right. Another important important statement there, visual content. These visual contents are help our students to maintain the gap or reduce the gap between abstract theory and real world application. Right. The next slide about the adapting to the learner. Under that, there are 3 main topics: visual adapting, auditory, and hands-on. There are some students in the classroom that because that there are many things we want to consider when we are delivering or planning a lesson to the students. Then we want to understand of the physical or the features of the student. Based on that features, we want to deliver or we want to prepare. There are some students that hearing is weak. In that case, the visual are the most important. Under visual, that videos and infographics for those who learn by seeing. There are some students in the classroom. They are most likely to learn using the visuals by seeing it. Right? Therefore, we need to create more attractive visuals for the benefit of those students. But there are some students in the classroom, they are more likely to learn by hearing. Right? Therefore, in that case, we have some specific material by made using auditory, right? Using your own voice. podcast. That podcast is a technology you can integrate with your voice. Then hands-on, another way of communicate or interactive with your students, interactive simulation and games for kinetic learners. Right, that later we'll discuss that part also. I'm introducing some websites, in simulation websites also. They are available, some kind of games. Right? They can learn using this by playing these games. Right, educationally important. Right, these are the three main topics under adapting to learners. Right, then learning together, another concept that always we encourage our students to learn together. Right, that earlier we said the student-centered method. Right, always we encourage to teach as a by forming the student-centered classrooms, student-centered classroom. In the student-centered classroom, one of the teaching method is group method. You want to group your students. By grouping, you can teach them. Right? Learning together. Right? To support this learning together, there are many digital tools. Right? Digital collaboration tools, online discussion forums, shared digital workspaces. Right? Using shared workspaces, they can do some presentation, projects, the same workspace, different places that student fill up. Right. Therefore, always we want to encourage our students to work as a group. Then we should want to know under education technology, what are the technologies available to support group work. Right. Later we'll identify these type of tools also. Right. That's about learning together. Then barriers also, when we are using technology in the classroom, there are some barriers, like our third world, we are still in the third world country. Then we are having these barriers that island wide. There are only say some places, right? Some cities having the facilities, but most of the places around here in Sri Lanka having these barriers, the infrastructure, right? No facilities, hardware and internet connectivity, having this internet connectivity issues. Then training, limited teacher training in effective using of modern tools, right? Still our teachers are not aware of the modern technology, how to use interactive tools, how to use AI technology in the classroom, still having issues with our teachers. Then cost, high prices of specialized technological equipment for schools. The price of equipment that the prices of equipment, the technology-based equipment. Normally, the individual can't approach such amount of such amount to buy the this kind of equipment. The distraction, potential digital distraction among the students while learning. Right, these are the barriers we should want to focus how to overcome these barriers also. Right, that's the end of our today's lesson. The next one actually another activity, but we have no time to do that. We are doing lots of activities throughout the lesson. Therefore, I'm going to skip this one. Right. Uh, okay, our time is now finished. Therefore, I'm going to stop the session. That any questions or feedback or comment, then you can do now. Now tell me at least the way of doing the session is okay for you. You can understand the things what I'm doing here.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Sorry.
Okay, sir. We can understand everything. As I think.
Speed, speed, is it all this? Okay.
Fine.
Yes, sir. Everything is fine, and it's very interactive, and we like the session so much.
Right. Right. Okay. Thank you. Right. Okay. Then the relevant material I will be delivered to you. That still I don't know how to deliver the material to you. If you are having a WhatsApp group or any other type of thing, then you can join with me. That I will discuss with your coordinator that part. Then after that, I will send the slide set and the lesson note. Right now, I'm going to stop it here now. Thank you very much for the participation and good night to you all.
Good night, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Good
Thank you
night.
very much.
Right, welcome. Welcome to you all. Welcome to you all.